I'm PJ Steven, that's Dennis Parker, and we're here to review, of course, the new Accept album, The Rise of Chaos, and we love chaos, and we love this album as well. This album is sick.
Yes, really good.
Accept is a band that was forming around 1968 kind of thing. Their first album, self-titled, Accept, debuted in 1979. Really good stuff as always. They had an album called Breaker in 81, and on through there, when they first got mainstream, Restless and Wild in 82, but then everybody knows them from Balls to the Wall, of course, in 1983. You got your balls to the wall, man. But man, they've had so many great albums. And
Restless and Wild was the first one I ever bought. It was in the $5 bin at Walmart like years ago.
Really?
Yeah,
I know that.
yeah, it's pretty good.
They had albums, Eat the Heat in 1989, Predator in 1996. Really, all good albums. They really are. I haven't heard a whole lot of Accept that I do not like. The album before Predator, Death Row, 1994. Again, just badass heavy metal. That's just what...
Straight up, genuine heavy metal. That's what I love about them the most.
Now, when did Blood of the Nations come out? That's another album, right?
Oh, Blood of the Nations came out in 2010.
That's right.
Yeah, and that's my favorite one that they've done so far.
Yeah. And this one ranks right up there with the rest of the stuff.
Yeah, definitely with Blood of the Nations, and Blind Rage was the one that came after that, and now this Rise of Chaos, and they're all...
Stalingrad was a record too, right before...
Yeah, I'm not sure if that was a single or something, or if that was a live album or something like that. Maybe it wasn't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, guys, giving it to you right down the track listing of the Rise of Chaos. The first song, Die by the Sword, is also a Slayer song.
Yeah,
it's not a cover in there, but right when I saw it, I was like, Die by the sword, you know, but it's basically, the chorus, if you're going to live by the sword, you're going to die by the sword.
Right, it's a good song. It's a good song to start out with.
You know what it reminds me of? If you're going to die with your boots on.
Right, yeah.
It reminds me of that a lot.
Yeah.
But it's just as heavy, man. It really is. And the guy, really good stuff. The next song, Hole in the Head.
See, that one, I think it kind of, drops down a little bit. I was like, the lyrics are a little silly to me, but I like it. I like the song, but then... Right after that, it picks up with the title track, "The Rise of Chaos," which is fucking awesome.
That just kills it, man. It really does. You gotta love when a good title track comes out, man. Because that's where it's at.
Yeah.
Moving right along to my favorite song off the album, Kool-Aid, and it's all about drinking the Kool-Aid. The cyanide in the Kool-Aid. They're talking about. Which I think are references to like Jim Jones and shit like that. But he also says, no matter what your preacher says, don't drink the Kool-Aid. So it's basically, don't fall into this this overall BS of religion and shit like that.
The Jim Jones cult thing is the first thing that you kind of instinctively think of whenever you hear it.
And then your favorite, No Regrets,
which is another good song. And,
all good stuff, yeah.
Yeah,
And,
really all songs on here, but my favorite song is Analog Man.
Yeah.
I just like the lyrics too. It's just about like a guy who just grew up in the analog days and now everything's all digital and
it just means
you're
getting old.
Yeah, and I feel that I grew up on analog too. So,
most definitely. What's done is done, and a lot of these songs are very straight to the point, which I love. Don't beat around the bush. Just tell us what's up. So beating around the bush. That's
that'd be good. It seems like a song they would come out with.
It's an AC/DC song.
Yeah.
Worlds
Colliding.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's another good one. It's like towards the end, it starts getting a little generic, but I like it.
It's just old school sounding heavy metal. Carry the Weight and the last song in the album,
Race to Extinction. That's another one of my favorites, actually. I really like that song.
It's just all great heavy metal. The lyrics are fantastic. And you know what? The singing is great too. The lead singer for that, or for this particular record, Mark Tornillo. Either way, he used to sing for Overkill.
Right, he's been with them for the last three records, I believe.
Yeah. And he sang for Overkill for a little while. Really great dude. And I think it sounds...
He's awesome.
I think it sounds fantastic.
It's perfect. Like, his voice just perfectly goes along with it.
Wolf Hoffman is still with the band, of course. And the twin... You always love, like, the twin attack, with... the twin attack with... like Judas Priest style with KK Downing and shit like that. But that twin axe guitar style is always great. I can never pronounce this guy's name. Huey Lewis, I believe. Lewis?
Huey Lewis. Yes, I believe that's correct.
Something like that. Either way, he played with Gravedigger. He also played with Rebellion and, of course, Accept. But he's played with Accept now for a little while. He's German as well, Accept being a German heavy metal band. I remember in 2008 he broke his leg in a motorcycle accident. Yeah, that was a thing. But he's a killer guitarist, and I think those three together really make this album. Of course with the bass and the drums, but just that three as a whole really make this album.
Yeah, it's awesome.
I really dig that.
It's definitely one of the best.
Analog Man. I'm hearing it. It's just so good.
I love it, man. It's just it's a funny song. It's a fun song.
Yeah, it really is.
I like it. I love the whole album. I always love when Accept comes out because you always just get a straight up, no bullshit, to the point heavy metal album.
Very much so.
I love it.
Accept is definitely one of those bands. I hate to do this, but I kind of compare it to Slayer because Slayer's never put out a bad album.
They're very consistent.
And I think Accept is very consistent. They've never put out a bad album, in my opinion. It's all great, and I plan on buying this. I plan on getting the record of this, most definitely. Next chance I get. I guess we're going to go ahead and give it the proper rating.
What are you thinking? I'm going 4 pentagrams out of 4.
I'll go with 4 pentagrams as well. Straight on the board, 4 pentagrams for Accept the Rise of Chaos, and it is indeed a Rise of Chaos.
Yes.
This has been a review of Accept the Rise of Chaos, guys. We really appreciate you guys tuning in. Please comment. What other albums would you like us to do? We've already done Dystopia by Megadeth. We've done Incorruptible by Iced Earth. We plan on doing a whole hell of a lot more, including some Anthrax. Plan on doing some Testament in the future, some Overkill, some Creator. Anything else?
I'd love to do some Creator.
Yeah, that'd be great. We're learning a lot to do doing all this, and we really want to teach others as well. Do me a favor, Dennis, while we're done reviewing the album, why don't you put that laptop down for a second so everybody can see what shirt you're wearing? Oh, are you wearing a Metal for Metal shirt?
Metal shirt.
Woo! They're only $5, ladies and gentlemen, here and made right here in the Metal for Metal studio. I will make you one, and you can also Poisonally, and you can also have a sticker for $1. That's all it takes. It's $1.
$1.
Just $1.
I'll buy that for $1.
I'd buy that for $1. Well, guys, I'm PJ Steven. That's Dennis Parker. This has been a review of Accept the Rise of Chaos. Thank you guys so much for tuning in, and keep it coming, motherfuckers. Restless and wild.